بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام را تلك آيات الكتاب المبين إنا أنزلناه قرآنا عربيا لعلكم تعقلون نحن نقص عليك أحسن القصص بما أوحينا إليك هذا القرآن.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإن جودنا لهم الغالبون وعلمك ما لم تكونوا تعلم وَكَانَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكَ عَظِيمًا. We thank Almighty Allah who has made it possible for us to communicate in a language we do understand. We are discussing the Quranic Concept. From the Quranic Concepts, certain areas were pinpointed that we are going to discuss upon. We have gone far about it. I know that many of us who do not really understand what they were doing, feeling they were just moving, they later got to understand that what they were doing was not the right thing for them to be done. Resulting from that fact, they have adjusted. I know 100% may not be completed, 100% may not be sustained, and 100% may not be obtained. I know we have tried. Above 50% changes. It's a good one. May Almighty Allah guide us. May Almighty Allah guide us. Today we shall be talking about alms given, charity given. That is what we shall be talking about today, which in Arabic language it is known as sadaqah, that is alms giving. You want to put it in another way, it is charity. We want to find out, this is a very confirmed, this is an authentic discussion from Almighty Allah, Haza wa Jalla, Jalla wa Haza. It is from Almighty Allah, Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, Amma yushrikun. That is where this discussion came from directly. No one will say what Almighty Allah has said. No one can question, rather the person who been questioned. How did you respond to what Almighty Allah has said? People want to believe that having discussed about your parents, having discussed about your neighbor, feeling that if you have taken adequate care of them, that is all. No, it is not. If you are opportune to have a book called Ibn Kathir, go to volume 2, chapter 9, verse 60. That is Surah Tawbah. If you have another tafsir called Imam Qurtubi, go to volume 7. That is chapter 9. Verse 60. You will have a lot of discussions. Other tafsir, I call it there, who made reference to it. Go to Buhari, go to Muslim, go to Ibn Majah, go to Nisai Abu Dawuda, go to every deceased hadith. Everything about Sadaqah is there. We want to find out today that we have been told that Sadaqah alms given, charity given, it stands to defend you in times of difficulties. You don't know when you have given something out of happiness, what that has done for you. We want to talk about it today. If you go by that ayah where Almighty Allah said, it is not as if it is not in the other chapters, but emphatically, Almighty Allah said here that about categories of people that you will be given charity, you will give alms, will be mentioned. And remember, I want to make it known that when we say Sadaqah, now we're talking about Zakah. But before now, we were talking about Sadaqah. Sadaqah came before Zakah. Even in the time of Adam, alayhi salatu wasalam, even when we had the Qabila, Wahabi, they were doing Sadaqah at that particular point in time. Nobody to give Sadaqah to. Sadaqahs were being kept on the grass. Fire will come and consume it. And if that is done, that Sadaqah has been accepted. If one is not done, if that sign is not given, meaning that Sadaqah was not accepted. That is how it happened in the time of Abila or Qabil, when the fat ram, when we say do Sadaqah, what did they say that you should go to that, the worst thing in your house, that if you cannot take, you're going to use it to do Sadaqah. Well, I'm not saying you should give somebody hand. You have 1,000 you could have given to the person. You have 500. You are going to give the person 50 naira, considering the fact that that alms, although the person may accept it, he may not be very happy with it. We need to upgrade. We need to update our thinking, knowing the direction things are going towards. That is how it is. When Almighty Allah has made us known in the glorious Quran, إنما الصدقات للفقراء والمساكين والعاملين عليها. That is what Almighty Allah was saying. وَلِمُعَلَفَ قُلُوبُهُمْ وَفِي الرِّقَابِ وَالْغَارِمِينَ وَفِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ وَابْنِ السَّبِيلِ فَرِيضَةً مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَاللَّهُ عَلِيمٌ حَكِيمٌ. Almighty Allah has spoken. He said, إِنَّمَا الصَّدَقَاتُ لِلْفُقَرَاءِ. The alms given, the charity is for who? The fuqara, the poorest among the poor. Wali masaki, those who are poor. Wal amilina alayha, and the workers, those who receive, those who dispense. You must pay from that zakah, the money being kept. From there you are going to pay them their money directly from Almighty Allah. وَلِمُعَالَفَ قُلُوبُهُمْ, and those whose heart are being tried to be won or make them to incline them either to Islam, so on and so forth. That is what he said. He went for that to say that وَفِي رِقَابٍ, you want to set free, so you want to what? Emancipation, the slaves. I know the slave girls, the slave boys in the past, you want to set them free. If there's any defect, if there's any default in what they ought to have paid, from what you have in your treasury, what you have in your coffers, having been gathered from that zakah, you have to, from there, give them some portion of it. That is what he said. When he moved forward, he said, what a gory mean, debtors, you can Someone who has guaranteed someone either to take a loan, either many other things that are applicable here, you from there, in order for you to settle that issue, in order not to becoming an uprising, an uproar, or upheaval, what you need to do is to take from that money to settle that situation. A lot of people would have bought things and discovering that they borrowed money to get it bought. When they bought it, they discovered that there was a lot of defects on it. In that particular point in time, someone you have gotten that thing from wouldn't want to refund money to you. As a result, you must strain your soul to be able to pay it off. That is what he was saying. I know you can't deputize for someone. It turns out when two persons are quarreling. Okay, you said it's on you money, I know. Just give so time that money will be given to you. But if that money is not given to you, I need to be held responsible. When that period has come, the person has defaulted. And you that stood as a guarantor do not have money to pay. You can resort to the treasury. You can talk to someone who is representing the chairman, then they will give you money to be able to settle that. All those things were being done in order to keep peace and harmony. That is why. After he has said, "Will the God remain?" and those who are falling into debtors, they are to be what? Taken good care of in respect of that. He said, "Wafi sabilillah," and those who are in the cause of Almighty Allah, those who are doing jihad. A lot of people feel when we talk in terms of jihad, you are going to carry a machete, you are going to take a gun. No. If you kill someone that it is not recommended to be killed, and that person has no offense being committed that warrants him or she to be committed, to be killed anyways, then you that did that, you are going to face the consequences. Something of that nature. A lot of people have an organization now. They used to propagate Islam. They need a lot of things that would help them to move from one place to another in order to go and propagate Islam, in order to make Islam grow, in order to develop Islam. In that situation, there is money in the treasury, and that money was gathered from what? From almsgiving or from charity. As a result of that you have to, from that money, give to them to move on the cause of Almighty Allah. I didn't say you should go fight. No. The time of fight in Islam was when Islam was being what? In its inception. When it was just being known, a lot of challenges happened because they felt it was a new way, that they want to destroy their old way. They were trying to protect their old ways, so on and so forth. That equally resulted. But at this particular point in time, what we use most is our body, use our wealth, everything to propagate Islam. Someone may have a thing to be, he or she has improved that will make Islam to grow, and that person has a shortfall of funds, and there is money in the community, in the cover of that charity, that money can be given. That can be given. That is what Almighty Allah said. He said, "Wabani Sabil," someone who is stranded, a wayfarer, a man who moves from one place to another. He was involved in some other calamities on the way. Something happened terrible. Maybe armed robbery. They were all robbed. He could not have money to further, and that has been reported. Then you must give that person. They must put together. They must visit that treasury. They must visit that coffer. They must go to that account where the money of charity, while the money of alms or the money of zakat is being kept. From there, you are going to remove money, give to that man who has the challenges, a man who has difficulties on his way. But it has been reported that Kakoto Itarik, an armed robber, should not be helped. People that do not have good tension should not be helped, except those who have good tension. Once they have good tension, they are moving, then they should be taken good care of. What did he say? Farid, that time made a law. About 8 asonaf, they had 8 different types of people that you are going to be giving what? What are you going to give to them? You are going to give them arms. But we won't find out, because no one can adequately give a translation of the Quran except Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. He was the one that was not emphasizing. He was the one talking to his Sahaba, his companion, telling them, giving them instances. Almighty Allah said this, Almighty Allah said that. No one can tell you that I can't give an accurate meaning or translation of the glorious Quran. No one. No one. May Almighty Allah God. He said, Farida Tamin Allah. Farida. What we call Farida is a duty. It is compulsory from Almighty Allah. You must adhere to this. You must conceive them. Do not neglect anything of it. Do not, because if you do that, you have the consequence. You may get the consequence here, you may get the consequence beyond here. He said, Wallahu, and Almighty Allah knows, Alimu, He knows, Hakimu is wise. That is Almighty Allah for you. I don't know. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam said that it is reported, he was enjoined that he needs to do what? He needs to get charity from those who are rich and use it to help those who are poor amongst you. Those who are poor must be helped. That is why if you go to the developed economy, what they do, they will tax the higher level income, that is a middle income level, to help the lower income level. It is what Almighty Allah recommended. The poor, the richest among you have to contribute money to support, to help those what we call the peasants, the lower income earners. That is exactly what we're saying. We will never. A lot of discussion was being had in terms of we want to know, because still the argument from school, different thoughts have come that when we talk in terms of fakir and miskin, one is worse than other. One school agrees that fakir is the poorest among the poor. Is a man that has seminar. He has a challenge. He is a man that cannot walk. He is a man does not have anything to lean on. He is a man that has nothing to feed on, so on and so forth. He said further that miskin, Ali miskin, is someone, although he has what he's going to lean on, but it is not sufficient for him to do that. That is what he was saying, that they must try as much as they could to do that. Another school said that miskin, Ali miskin, is worse than fakir. They had alternated views towards fakir and miskin. Another, the third school said no, that it is a name. They just have a name. Their names are just different. We have fakir, we have miskin. It is just a name that differ, but all of them, they are poor people. They are the poor segment of the economy. That is the people in an economy. They are the poorest segment of it. That is what they said. But they just bear a name, miskin, fakir. Al-Miskin, someone that is poor. Al-Fakir, someone that is poor. Are you going to differentiate between that poor and this poor? May Almighty Allah guide us. May Almighty Allah guide us. Almighty Allah has really spoken. Nothing absolutely in the glorious Quran. Nothing that we're going to work, because this Quran you are looking, it is a constitution. Everything has been elucidated. Everything has been clearly spiraled, so on and so forth. So that when as you are moving, as you are going, you will not have a challenge. You will not have a distraction. The only thing you are going to say is that I am not going to work with what I have heard. There is no problem about it. But do not want to die, because if you die, you will face your consequences in the grave. No time of judgment for that moment. You are there. All your deeds will be presented for you. You will be seen a part of it. So on and so forth. May Almighty Allah guide us. May Almighty Allah guide us. We must try as much as we could. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam told us clearly, go to Buhari Sharahi, they are there. Go to Muslim, you will find them there. Go to Tirmidhi, Abu Dawud, Ibn Majah, they are all there. What he said, it is not those people that you see parabolating, moving, wandering from one place to another, asking for alms. Those are not the kind of people that are really poor. They are not poor. They are begging for lukuma, or lukumetini, akaletu, or akaletini. They are begging for that. We need a mouthful. We need something to put on our mouth. Moving. He said it would have been better for people of that caliber to take a rope and go to bush and get a firewood and say and make their own personal money. Would have been better. It would have been even better. Sometimes Al-Miskin you call is even richer than Al-Ghani, because he has accrued money from any quarter. Now he's very rich. How do you balance that situation? How do you balance that situation? We must be very careful. Almighty Allah has spoken. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi ta'ala wa sallam has already come to be telling us this is how it's going to be, this is how it's going to be. Because he has told us that we must task the rich class. We must task the middle level class for us to be able to deal adequately, to make a comfortable life for the lower class, the lower segment of the economy, so on and so forth. We must, if we continue here, this is a very interesting topic, talking about social welfare, economic welfare of every body in the economy. When you are being tasked as a rich person, do not complain. That is what Almighty Allah recommended. He gave you the wealth. You are not the owner of the wealth. He said, from this wealth, I'm going to take some for you to help those that who are very poor, that you feel they are very poor. There are some people, they don't even have food to eat today. And you are gallivanting, throwing off money, so on and so forth. We must try as much as you could to be of help. Money must be very gathered. You may not know the impulse. You may not know the importance of giving alms. When it is being made known to you, you will understand better that it would have even been better for you to keep on giving alms every day, giving alms every day. It would have even been better for you to cook food and invite people, come and join me I want you people to come and eat with me. Get the lower segment of the economy, invite them, sit down, eat with them. Would have been better for you. You don't know. May Almighty Allah bless you. They will say it is going to work for you. May Almighty Allah bless you. Those people will gather and pray for you. It will be well with you. It will be well with your family, your children, so on and so forth. May Almighty Allah let it be well with us. May Almighty Allah let it be well with us. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Sallu ala nabiyyil kareem sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam.
فجرا جئت بعد العسر يسرا رب